What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today's just going to be like a semi-short video of a list that I've compiled of cheap, affordable mods that you can do to your Mark IV Clio to change, the look and the kind of style of it. So let's get into it. We'll start things off with the sequential indicators. Now, I've had a couple of questions from people like asking me about where did I get them and stuff like that, but the links were in the previous video, but for your case in this video I'll stick them in the description and stuff. But they came from AliExpress, I think it was, something like that. But yeah, they were only about 35 quid, fairly easy to do. Basically you end up you take the mirror out, pop the mirror off, it just clips straight off. You clip the back cap off and then literally just comes straight off, and it's a direct replacement. So nice easy mod, nice and easy to fit, didn't cost a lot, and it actually looks pretty sweet, obviously, as you can tell. So on to the next one. Next on the list is Pure Motorsport camber shims. Now, I bought these because I wanted to run a little bit more clearance, more so than the look of the car, but as I'm running coilovers, I don't have adjustable camber caster and stuff like that. So when it came to going lower, and when it came to obviously the fitment of my wheel, I thought just giving an extra, it's only basically a 1 degree camber shim that go between your hub. You just will basically take it off, put the shim in, put the hub back on, and it basically gives you just 1 degree of camber, which isn't mental, but I'll try and find some comparison photos and some comparison shots. But it just gave me enough room to kind of just be under the arch, so it just makes it look a bit cleaner, and obviously a little bit of camber on the back of the hatch looks pretty cool anyway. So now this next mod is all down to personal taste, depends what the kind of look you want to go for. But Diamond Performance do badge caps, so front and rear badge caps. If you've got a camera or reverse camera on the rear, you'll need to specify. But Diamond Performance basically do a kind of stick-on cap version, saves you taking off yours and painting them, etc. Goes straight on the front, direct fit, and it just, like I say, takes the chrome away from the front, chrome away from the back, which personally I'm really into. And some of you might not be, but talking on badges as well is like the whole debadging process, because there's no actual clips behind the Clio rear badges. So standard my car, the phase 1, has Clio written on the boot lid, and a lot of people have said to me, was it an easy job, was anything left behind and stuff. But it's a very standard procedure. You heat it up slightly, pull them off, and then the kind of residue you have left, you just get like a tar remover and then buff it up. But yeah, mine, I had that done fairly soon because I wasn't into that badge. Again, this mod isn't for everyone, but I've seen a lot of people asking me about it and scared to do it and stuff. But the killer wipers, rear wiper delete, I got rid of mine fairly early on, just because the car's quite a smooth looking car, and getting rid of the wiper delete, you'll be surprised, it gives it a really smooth, like a really clean look to the back. Especially seeing as I've debadged the Clio stuff and stuff, so it's nothing over the top. It wasn't simple, but if you use, take your time and just use the tools that you need to use, it will be fine, providing you don't put any pressure on the glass, because you'll potentially crack the glass. But if you get any sort of like pry tool that people use to get window wipers off, it'll be just fine. Literally just pry tool on, loosen it up, because it will probably be seized against the backside. I had to loosen it up and then pull it out from the inside. You basically only have to remove the rear boot panel, and you'll see it all exposed there. You'll see the motor and stuff, which I've got in the cupboard downstairs. Some people cut them off and stuff, which is very permanent, where it's a lot quicker. Don't get me wrong, it is a lot quicker. If you just saw it off, pull it out, job's done. But yeah, if you're looking to do it and you potentially want to go back, then yeah, I definitely recommend taking your time and getting the right tools, the pry tool, and pushing it out and stuff. The Killer Wipers kit does come with everything you need after. So it comes with like a black mastic kind of sealant, silicon sealant, it's not mastic, and then the plug is like almost perfect size. So when you put it on, you basically mastic the plug, put the plug in, and then mastic the top and make it smooth. let it set, and then you can just literally buff off the top, so any of the mastic left on top doesn't leave any mess. Now the next mod I haven't had done actually that long, the front light tints. Something that I had been meaning to do for a long time, because I'd seen people buying kind of the eyebrow strips to take some of the chrome out the top of the light. But I think overall the light, they're quite a big unit, so having the light smoke on the whole thing just takes away some of the attention from the lights, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it wasn't an expensive mod, and like I say, I prefer to tint the whole light than the top, down to personal preference, but yeah. Next on the list is something that's caused some people some grief and some people not. Like personally, I haven't had any grief with them. The Heco wind deflectors. Now, I was surprised how much this made the car, kind of how much it changed the look of the car. Just some simple wind deflectors, but it kind of, I don't know why, and it's really hard to explain, but if you see a car, if I was to see my car without it now, it would look better. Really strange. But it's just something kind of style wise to change the look of the car, but also like allow you to have your window open a little bit without that turbulent noise. Like, because sometimes like when it's raining and it gets all fogged up in the car, if you just drop the windows down a tiny bit, obviously, so the deflector keeps keeps the rain out, it stops basically like that turbulent noise that just rumbles your head. But yeah, they're cheap as chips, and like I say, just make sure you fit them properly, make sure the rubbers don't get bent, and when you slot them in, they should stay there. So yeah, easy. Now the last one on my list was something I'd done ages ago now, but it was something I looked into because I got the Phase 1 trophy. The Phase 2s could be spec'd with the Akrapovic rear exhaust tips, and I thought, yeah, that's a bit of me, I'm going to look into those, and I did, and what I found is they're £900. So I quickly thought of another avenue to go down, and I thought, let's paint them. You're going to need some sort of like really high temperature, like fireplace paint or something like that, which I used in the end, I think it was, or like a high temperature paint from somewhere like Gramix around the corner from me. Do stuff like that. Definitely look into something like that, and if you want to get, like I say, get rid of some more of that chrome, the exhaust tips, they look pretty clean, but they just, where this car makes so many little parts and perps and whatever, they just get so dirty so quickly, and they're just full of black soot. So having them black means that they're cleaner for longer. Having them black as well, also, like, it looks really good against the diffuser. Like, there'll be black, the black tips, the silver diffuser, and the black body. So that's basically the list of my cheap affordable mods that I recommend for you if you're looking into kind of modifying your Clio without going mad or without spending a lot of money. Some of them might be for you, some of them will be, but definitely look into them, because it's a kind of way for you to start tinkering with the car and seeing if you're going to keep it, or seeing if it's going to be something you're going to actually invest time and money into. But as per usual, like and subscribe and all that, hit the bell notification and stuff so you see all the other videos come up. The Clio stuff's doing really well, so I just thought I'd run this one off the back of last week's top 5. If you haven't seen, go check it out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Laters. So let's jump straight into it.